They ride crappy, they're hard to steer, they have no brakes, loud, and the throttle's on the right, the brakes on the left. Have fun.
Pete Stain has probably started us into this bad habit. It's a good one, but we have a lot of fun.
Pete Stanius, I'm from Cambridge, Bradford, Minnesota. We went up to the One Lunger 100 when it was back in Brainerd and watched them, and we got into it, and we were hooked since.
Well, Pete is our president, and he started this 10 years ago with myself and Jimmy and Wendy Englund, and we have probably a couple hundred drivers, racers per event, so it's quite a big deal.
We're probably the only single-cylinder circuit out there. We had 2 other ones around here, and I think they're both done, so we're the only one left.
When we first started out, it was 25, 30 of us, and now it's gone to 250 plus. It's grown quite a bit. It takes a lot of commitment and time into a race sled to keep it up, try and keep trying to go faster and faster.
Long Lake, you have to run stock skis, stock track, stock suspensions, stock seat, stock tank, everything. You got to go to the boneyard and start picking stuff up and try and make stuff work.
The antique sleds that everybody goes to shows, all they have to do is keep them clean. These ones, you constantly have to keep up on them, keep working on them.
Once you built this project, I mean, you take your time, do it good, and you got your pride and joy, and it's one of a kind because you built it yourself.
Vintage sleds are easier to work on, I'd say. They're more simple because they're based in the 70s, and you don't need to spend a lot of money on it either to get started.
The fact that you can take something that was built in the 70s and build it better than what it was, it's fun doing it.
People who collect them take more care of the looks, I guess you would say, of them. They want it to look good and they go out and ride them and stuff. I'd say some of those guys necessarily don't get along with us because we take sleds and chop them apart to make them faster. It's all about performance. We will do anything pretty much to max out the horsepower and max out every ounce of speed that you can out of a sled. I've had multiple occasions where I spin out in the first lap when I'm in first place. But that's fun. That's the fun of the races, I think, is just everybody hanging out with each other and bringing up old memories, and you know, you can bring up stuff about every single race, you know, that something happened.
Collector probably wouldn't go wide open in a turn with 10 other sleds next to him. I feel bad, I keep trying to buy this one from Jay because every time I take it out I get a new scratch or wreck something on it, but it is what it is, part of racing.
A lot of real good people that we race with that enjoy the sport very much. And we're all kind of just one big family.
A friend of mine, Andy Englund, was a welding friend of mine in class, and he'd always be bringing in parts to work on and stuff, and so I kind of started hanging out with him a little bit.
And he always gave me crap about not racing, then he was going to build me one, and ended up on one anyways, and he would like watch me fall off and get in wrecks.
I think me and Jay added up, there's 10 sleds that he had built or worked on or helped people work on that are out there that are actually being raced today. That doesn't include the ones that are parted out in the back boneyard.
The Andy 50 last year was fun. I usually don't get to race myself because I'm busy trying to help the others put it on, so I did race that. I will race that every year. I ran the Yamaha and it wasn't working so good, so I got a beating on that race, but that's fine.
Andy was untouchable on the track. This could be hard.
My brother worked for Rachel Contracting and was currently out in the Dakotas and was on his way back home with the guy that he worked with out there, and they made it to his house in Princeton, and he left there and didn't make it home. He hit a tree in the ditch, and we don't know if he fell asleep or something had happened, and it's been hard. He was best friend, brother. It's been kind of like losing your right arm and trying to work without it.
After Andy had passed away, then Carrie and Pete had decided that they wanted to do something special.
A 50-mile race versus a 100-mile.
Andy always wanted to do a 50-mile race. And we thought this would make a great memorial for him.
And we would spend hours in the garage. And I mean, it was every day you knew where he was going to be. If he was laid off, you knew what garage he was in from what time to what time, because that's all he was doing was working on sleds. If he wasn't ice fishing, he was, wrenching on sleds, getting stuff ready for the races. The time that he put into those sleds was just insane. Those last two that he built were set up for the long distance races, so there was just a crazy amount of stuff that he did to those snowmobiles.
He liked beating people and then giving people crap, basically. He liked the camaraderie after the races of what happened to you on that last corner there, because he'd slow down and wait for somebody to catch up. He'd have a half lap and he just like putzing a little bit and then giving her at the end just to show him that he's still got it.
The buddy race, I don't think anyone could touch him in the buddy race. Me and their dad Jimmy would try to give people a chance once in a while, so when they'd come around and you switch drivers, we'd pick the back of the sled up and let the other guys pass them to give someone a chance because they were untouchable.
Anyone? Why don't everyone get their sleds out here and we'll get them lined up, and then we'll do we'll get them out there, line them up, we'll shut them down, do the national anthem, and have fun. It's for Andy.
He wanted to win, and he did. A lot of people would get mad thinking that he was cheating, but we're not cheating, you just suck. That was his sticker that he had made for his snowmobile, and sure, few people didn't like it, but we always got a good laugh out of it.
He always was a very competitive person and wanted to do the best at what he was doing, but yet he wanted to help others do that also. So not only his brother, but his friends and all the snowmobiles that he built, for all these other people, he wanted them to be as good as how he was.
He enjoyed this so much that hard not to walk away from it, kind of keep it going for him. I probably won't miss one from now on.